everyone.
Hey, hey, hey.
Come on back.
I'm back. I'm back. I was running off for a second, but I'm back. I'm here. I'm excited.
We are excited.
Yes. Welcome, everybody. If you are new here, thank you so much for joining us.
Yep.
My name is Corey. This is Diana.
Yay.
And we are Team Blenda's Electric Quilters,
We
basically.
are. Yep. Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much, basically. Hope everyone had a great day. It is Thursday. That's what day it is. I don't even know what day it is anymore. And then the weekend is coming up.
I know.
So excited. Do you have any big plans this weekend, Ma?
No.
Okay, can't relate.
I
But
know.
go ahead and tell us about your great plans this weekend.
Not much.
Just hanging around the house.
Just hanging around the house.
Okay.
Get some stuff done.
I am traveling this weekend, so
I
I'm
know
excited.
You are.
Yay.
I know you are. So it must be fun.
It is fun. It's great. Always remember, if you are new here and if you haven't yet, make sure you click that subscribe button right down there at the bottom right-hand corner.
Yep.
After you click on that subscribe button, make sure you click on the little bell that shows up right next to it so you can get notified whenever we go live with our demos or whenever we do different videos, maybe some sneak peeks.
I know.
Who knows? Stay tuned till the end of this video to hear about what we're doing on Monday for a surprise. I guess it'll be business hours, not after hours. We'll be doing something. So stay tuned. We'll give you some details on that at the very end.
Yes, exactly.
So,
So, like we always do, we want to say, grab your snack, grab your drink. We want to give a shout out to Kaylee and Eden. They're a couple girls from my church who decided they were going to be entrepreneurs. And so they made cookies and sold them to us. And you know what? Love it.
I love a good entrepreneurship.
I love it. So, yeah, exactly. When you're young and you can go out there and work hard for your own money, you're going places.
It pays off.
Exactly. It does. So thank you guys very much for making those. We are excited to try them out.
Since we're doing thank yous and shout outs, thank you to everyone that has reached out to us through our Facebook, through emails, and calling us. That you're watching and loving what we're doing here. We never really know what the feedback is until you tell us.
Exactly.
So we really appreciate that. I had a lady call or message in today on our Facebook Messenger that she was super excited that she already has her book and stencil for this episode.
Yes.
That she's just loving what we're doing here and learning so much, and we absolutely love that. We're happy to be here for you.
Yeah, and we want to know those things, so we know that we're doing things that you like.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, because this is for you.
Honestly.
The stuff that we do is kind of for you.
7 o'clock at night's for you.
Yeah.
Could be in bed.
Exactly.
Just kidding. Could
Well,
be in
maybe
bed.
not in
I wouldn't
bed.
be in bed. I'd be on the couch.
At
But
least our feet up doing
yeah. So we're
something,
super
right?
excited to be here for you.
So we just want to make sure we say hey to everyone from all over. We know we have people watching from all over the world. We love it.
Yep.
Thanks for staying up or getting up early wherever you are in these time zones. So awesome. Thank you. In the meantime, let's grab a treat. And we always like to ask a question just to kind of engage the audience and what we are talking. Or
I'm just gonna take.
so you guys can talk kind of together too. So this is it's because it's so hot today. I decided to ask.
It's disgusting. Well, okay, it's not bad today.
It gets worse.
Yesterday
Was so nice.
was
Yesterday was
yesterday.
It was the day
My
before.
days are blending together. Y'all, this quarantine. I don't even know what depths up, down, left, right. I have no idea what's going. It could be Christmas right now. I wouldn't know.
Well, I would know it's not. It's definitely not Christmas. So do you like the cold weather? Maybe
Like
20, 30 degrees?
Okay. All right.
Or are you like more of the hot weather, more like the 90 to 100 degrees?
I don't think anyone's 90 to 100 degrees.
Okay.
I mean, okay, you might be. Hey, more power to you. That's not me. I am a cold weather. Put me in a 20, 22 degrees, little hot tub on the deck, snow falling. That is like ideal.
shorts
Mountains
and
going.
flip-flops?
Yeah, I'm in my shorts and flip-flops. I went teaching in Wisconsin. If y'all were there, you would know. If I went teaching in Wisconsin last year in February, it was like -6. I was in shorts and flip-flops.
I know you're kind of crazy.
I love
like
it.
that.
I love it. I love it.
I'm not a cold person though, so I would rather the heat. But I don't want the 90. I'm just going to go ahead and cheat. I just wanted a 70.
You asked the question to the folks, and you gonna change it.
I know.
Keep
It's
her
just kind
around,
of
y'all.
a thing. I know.
These brownies are really good.
75. Yep, that's good. That's kind of where I'm at too. Great. Is that a Lone Star quilt? Yes, that is a Lone Star quilt behind us over there. So you do have that name correct. That is. Okay. Oh, you got a bite. I didn't even get a bite yet.
I took the whole plate away from you
I see that.
while you were talking.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well stop eating and you talk for a second so I can eat.
I'm always talking.
Oh, these are really soft.
They're really good.
Oh.
So while you're answering your questions, grabbing your snack, and we're having our snack as well, tonight we're going to be focusing on the Curvy Square book in the Designs with Lines family. So there are, how many? I guess I probably should have looked at the page numbers. A little over 38 designs in here, if I'm not mistaken. 36. 36 designs in this book that'll show you all different types of things that you can do with the Curvy Square template, stencil, goodness, and the basic 8 stencil. So you'll see both of those today as well. So we have prepared 3 different designs for you just to kind of give you that introduction of what you can do. And you'll see how we're going to accomplish those in the 3 different blocks that we have stitched out on the quilt.
I say let's do it.
All right, so let's hop over and let's see what we're going to be working on tonight.
Awesome. Yeah, don't let me do that.
So over here at the machine, we have got our first block put out, and Dianna is going to start us off today. So let's see what she is going to be working on.
So what I love about these books is that they have some really simple stuff to more intermediate stuff, and so I actually I feel like I picked one that's a little simple, but we're going to find out because I'm not sure about the points. But it's super cool on the bottom of the page how they have the directions to kind of help you know which direction you need to go.
For sure.
To kind of keep all the lines together.
Right.
That's what's nice about these books is they have a lot of that in there for you, the instruction.
Right, yeah, certain books will have those for you. And when you talk about design choice real quick, since we're having that conversation, it's okay to choose a simple design every now and then for what you're working with. It never hurts the quilt, because even with this simple design that you've got here, these little loops and these points, you can come in and fill this in with micro stippling. You can do some background quilting from our background quilting episode that we've already done.
Yeah.
There's so many things that you can do with a simple design, which is really where quilting's headed. Recently, if you looked at a lot of quilts, it's more straight lines, more shapes.
That's true.
So very simplistic designs, which add a lot of bold flavor, quote unquote, to the to the quilt. So with this one, we have those arrows. So Diana's going to be starting in the upper left-hand corner, and she's going to use her stencil to pounce this on in that block. So let's see what she's going to be doing.
Okay, so I'm going to kind of do it the way you taught me. Go over here.
Yep.
So if you are new, Corey's been teaching me along the way on this freehand. He's the talented one in the family, and I'm really learning.
Okay, quilting one.
Quilting.
Ryan's talented at all these techie things.
Oh, that's
I mean, I'm
true.
good at technology too, but he built his own computer. I lost patience helping him with that. I gave up.
That's true.
I called somebody.
Okay, when it comes to the quilting part of it. So he's been really helping me on this freehand stuff so I can kind of try it myself. Okay, so when we pounce, we just kind of rub. I think I have that evened up.
So what she's doing here with this basic 8 is first thing she's doing is we have a square block underneath.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, but we got to take them step by step through it.
Okay, thank you.
So she's got a square block underneath, and she is lining up this X, so this part right here, into the 4 points of the block. And then she's going to press in the center with her finger and work around that basic 8, kind of in a clockwise or counterclockwise motion, whatever she's more comfortable with, and then switching hands if she needs to pounce it down.
That's good enough.
That works. Yeah, just a light pounce. So that was the basic 8. Now she's going to be doing the curvy square. Now the curvy square has 3 different sizes built into it. It's going to be a 5-inch curvy square, so from point to point all the way around it's a 5-inch square. Then you've got an 8-inch, and then you have a 12-inch, or 11 or 12. Now you'll also notice when she is using these stencils, she is placing the sticker, so the side that it's reading to, I'm just going to go in front of you while you're doing this.
You're fine.
The sticker, that piece where it tells you what it is, will be facing down towards the fabric when you're doing that.
Oh, I can see it. I was having a hard time seeing it through there. Okay, that's perfect. That way it's easier to get off.
Yeah, that's great. Good job, buddy.
It's almost, I probably should have brought the machine up to have the base to make it a little flatter.
A little bit, but that's okay. All right,
okay, so what was my design?
Grab your book.
Because I'm definitely going to need the book.
You are on, what page are you on? We're on page 20 for her design.
Yeah, so if you have the book, I'm on page 20 doing that one. And I'm going to kind of use my actual chalk pencil here to kind of give me some guidelines to get me started. Because sometimes I confuse myself. So I'm going to start off in this corner right here. And it's going to take me down to the center. And then I'm going to meet right here. And go up. And then down. Or you can help me if I'm messing up here.
You're fine.
I think I got it though.
You got it.
Up.
Just like that. Nope. So you went in with the wrong loop there. So following your arrows, looking at how it's done,
Okay, you're going to have to talk me through this one.
You're going this way
Oh, yeah, I got it now.
and
Got
that
it.
way. There you go. And down.
That's what happens when you're trying to stay out of the way at the same time.
There's a lot going on with cameras, let me tell you. That's a thing. Nope, there you go. Just like that. A little bit of a loop to the point. There you go. Coming in, loop to the outer point there. And I know it might be harder for some of y'all to see at home, but she is using the chalk of this Curvy Square stencil to stop her points at. She's following the basic 8 to get the center lines and those 45 lines, but then the 90s and the zeros, oh, what is that, a starfish? I don't know, that's an endangered species is what that is. Bless his heart.
I think it's kind of close.
I think, yeah, yes.
The good thing is that I'm just going to play.
It's beautiful. I love it.
Alrighty.
All right, so.
Okay, so I'm going to start up here on the top and try to follow the pattern the way it does in the book.
Okay.
Pulling my thread up here, making my secure stitch. And I'm in stitch regulated mode. I'm doing 12 stitches for an inch on this one.
So she's going to start up that machine, come on down towards that center, using that chalk line more as a guide, not following directly on it. If you try to follow directly on those lines, you're going to be super duper tense, and the design's not going to go as flowy and as smooth as you would want it to, and as you anticipate it doing, because you're trying to be perfection on top of that design, and it's just not going to work that exact way all the time. So it's always something to watch out for. Just using it as a guide, following around, just like that. Perfect.
That wasn't too bad.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Clamp got in the way a little bit, so that's probably what
move that off.
So it's definitely a starfish.
Oh, it's a cute starfish.
But it's a fancy starfish.
It's a cute starfish.
So if you wanted to, what do you think we could add in there to embellish it just a tiny bit, to kind of take away from the starfish?
Well, I wouldn't necessarily add anything inside of it because the size of
outside.
this block, you've got only a little bit here.
Yeah.
You could come in and do a little bit of stippling in the background, something tighter to kind of push this up. You could do some ribbon candy if you wanted, whatever you would like to do.
I think I'll try the stippling just for a second, just to kind of get an idea, and then I'll let you take over.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. So with this stippling, for those of you that are beginners, and for some of you that are more advanced users as well, with stippling you really only have 3 rules. Rule number 1 is that it cannot cross over itself. Rule number 2 is that it can't come to a point. And rule number 3 is more of just a, what's the word? Just a thing. That's not even a word, but I'm call it just a thing. Just a thing. Rule number 3 would be try not to get into a pattern of it. Stippling is supposed to be a random motion, just kind of going around and figuring out exactly what you want to do with it.
Yeah, and I could come down actually, you know how you come down off your line? And then to start that.
Come down off your line.
Well, I was going to cut, but then I decided not to cut.
What do you mean by come down off your line, though?
Well, like, you know how sometimes you go down your baseline, like your square?
The stitch in the ditch?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, gosh. Just like that. So just adding a little something in the back. Obviously, we wouldn't be using as much of a contrasting thread here when we would be working on it. But this is just going to give you a couple of different design ideas to work from. Coming all the way back around to that center point.
Okay.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad at all.
So shows you really, really basic stuff that you can do. And then you just use a little eraser here, and then if you want to just kind of, you can look at it, you can just kind of erase it off. Or if you're using the white, you can use your iron. Okay?
Awesome.
All right, you want to show them what you're going to do now?
Sure. So I'm going to be working on this first block is going to be just a kind of a block, a square and a square. Very basic, very simple block. A lot of the ones that you'll see starting right out. So this is a very simple design. I am going to scrap and not use these outer leaves. I'm going to save those and we're actually going to plop them in the center. And so this is the one that we're going to be working with. We're going to be using a straight edge ruler so we can get those perfect straight lines. And I've got a ruler base on the machine so we can do that. and I'll be using my Curvy Square and my basic 8-line stencil. And throwing it over to the machine, we can look at it a little bit different because we are going to be doing this block on point. So instead of it doing a perfect square, I've got an inner block here on point. So I will start off with my Curvy Square first. So I will find where all those points lead to the square to get that kind of lined up exactly where I need it to go. Move my machine out of the way. I'm going to grab my Pounce powder, lightly holding in the center, don't want to press super hard. I'm going to be doing this inner Curvy Square, so I'm just going to pounce right over that. Remember, sticker side down on the stencil. Moving that out of the way, and that gives me my nice inner curve to those points on my inside square. And then I'm going to take my basic 8 and place this in. Now, the way the basic 8 is used, it's used more or less like this, kind of following this. Let's say this is our baseline. Let's write that down here. So that's our baseline. So we want to keep that straight with that basic 8 so we can follow the design perfectly. So I'll line these up right over my block on point. Lightly hold here in the center. Pounce around it. Switch hands if I need to get those lines. It's just to give me an idea, and that's perfect. That's all I need. Just an idea into that center point. Good?
Yep, we're good.
Okay. So I'm going to grab my book so I can follow along, kind of see exactly where I'm at. So I'm on page 18, and it has me starting off. Now remember, this is a block on point, so I'm going to kind of rotate this book on point, and so I'll be starting over here in the kind of the left-hand side of my Curvy Squares, which is right here, and then I'm going to head over to where my basic 8 hits this point right here. So it's kind of looking at it a little different. You're just flowing in a different angle. So I'll do this one for my starting point. Try to do this so I can keep my hands out of the way for y'all. So this one would be my starting point, and I'm going to arrow that way. And I am just going to go from here using my ruler. So I've got a straight edge ruler here. I'm going to set this off to the side so I can still watch it. Make sure you keep it on point so we know where we're at. Got my ruler base on, so it's going to be nice and flat. I will come over here to start my stitch, pull up my threads, do a couple of single stitches to tie it down, and then I can start it up. So I'm going to use my ruler to make sure I'm just kind of going in that same direction. I'm on stitch regulated mode at 12 stitches per inch. Using my ruler, kind of shifting my hand a little bit as I work across this. And if I want to stop it here so I can see exactly where my next point is, I can do that. Because we're skipping the leaves on those outside points, remember that. So now I'm headed down here. So I will set this here and work my way down.
It's a lot easier with the ruler base, huh?
Oh, it makes a huge difference, let me tell you. So I've got that one, then I'm going to head up to this point up here. I'll stop that there. Head over here to this point. Just like that. And then I am headed over here to this point. My basic 8 line would have stopped right about there. That point there. Headed up to my point up here. Works. And then come down to this one here. And then finish off back at my start point again. Just like that. So something pretty simple to fill in the inner parts of that block. If I wanted to take it all the way out to the corners, I could, but it kind of gives it a little bit of movement, a little bit of dimension, stopping it at that point. I could come in and add those little leaflets if I wanted to in the center. If I wanted to come in with just a simple swirl, I could. Let's go in off the side. To kind of break up these straight lines, let's come in with a little bit of a swirl instead. So I'll take that, start up the machine, and come out to the edge here. So it's more of a continuous motion. That kind of breaks up those straight lines. It also helps with movement in the quilting, movement of the block as well, just like that. And if I wanted to go in and just do some simple background quilting like we kind of did in our backgrounds episode, I could come in and just do some simple continuous curves all the way around. It's a really fast and simple pattern design. Adds a little bit of movement and helps just kind of separate things out. So we'll always start in one of the points. I'll tie that off. I'll start working around that. Diana, do we have any questions while I'm doing that?
No, I think everybody's just kind of watching like I am. I'm just kind of like, oh yeah.
So point. It always helps to slow down and say point. It makes them nice and perfect that way. Point. 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 Now I want to go back in and do the same thing on these sides, so I'm just going to go back. Oh, hey, now, pulled my thread. I'm going to go backwards. So go this way. Point. 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 And point.
Oh, well, that's good.
Just like that.
Yeah.
So something simple, fill up that background space as well. And that one, once you really get the motion of that going, that's a starting and stopping in the same point. So you could do that whole inner block on all of it out in one simple motion. You don't have to stop the machine. And like we always say, when that machine's moving, you're making money that way. Okay?
Yep. Or you're making memories.
Memories, starfish,
Yep.
anything. Okay? Just like so.
What are we doing next?
All right, last but not least, I kind of wanted to give you a different idea, and this is going to kind of push me out of my comfort zone personally, so we're going to see how this goes. I love a good double wedding ring quilt. I don't know about y'all. So we have we stitched out a double wedding ring, the inner part of it, and we're going to be using this design inside of it. So showing you how you can use this Curvy Square book, and not only, you don't have to use the template because it's already, you know, pieced out that way. This nice Curvy Square, which is what a double wedding ring is. So we've got our arrows and everything on where to start. So it looks like we're starting here in the center, and we're working around and just kind of going in the direction that it needs us to go. So let's go over to the machine and see which way we need to head. Over it. She's playing with my hydraulics, y'all. Don't know what's going on. All right. So from the looks of this, I am going to first get my basic 8 stencil. I need that. So this is one stencil we will have to use, is that basic 8. It really comes in handy for us. So making sure all of those corner lines meet the corners of our inner part of our double wedding ring. So I can place these at their points, make sure it's nice and centered. Might need to move things around. When you're doing black on black, it's a little harder to see. So forgive me for a second for trying to figure out exactly where I need to be. Might need to position this while I'm doing that. Just like so. That'll work. Okay. Yeah, that's where I need to be. Okay. Grab my Pounce powder. Hold this. Just like that. Not too bad. Just going to fill that one up for us. And I know my starting point's here in the center, so I can put an S for start. And I am going to be working around this. So I'll come down with a simple plume right here, just like that. And now for this one, actually I came down a little too far. I need to start up. So the great thing about this chalk pencils is I can erase it off. So I'm looking on the inside part here. I was going a little too far down. So I'll start here, stop a little higher, just like that. And then I'm going to come in with this, kind of basically this curl to get over here to the side. So I will curl it out like this, pull it in, curl it this way. And for this one, it comes down, it fills in this point. So you can come here and point it out, come back, loop it up, and do this. And we'll do that the same way out over here. So we'll kind of just do that reverse. So head out this way, curl it, come down. If I want to come in and do that loop, I can, just like that. And then curl it up and finish out that heart, just like that. So we're going to see how this works. It's a little bit more to do, but once you get that motion going, you've got it. So You take this.
And then all the little tools to help.
Yeah, having those
stencils and
tools
chalk
and the
pencil
stencils and pencils, it kind of gets you going to really where you don't have to think too hard about it. So let's start with the half of our heart. Come in with a little bit of a swirl. If I want to come in and do that point, I can. And I'm actually going to go underneath it like this. Come up, go down, begin our swirl again, come down to our point, up, around, finish out our heart, and then we'll do the same thing over here. So we'll see if I can do this without my pencil. I'll come with a heart, just like that, and then I come down into my swirl, come into that point if I want still, swirl it up. Oh, it's harder to do without my pencil. See, you shouldn't have said I was good at this stuff earlier. Now you've got me thinking too hard. So we can come down like this, come in with a swirl if I want to. That's a different one. Take that, come in like that. Oh, it's not too bad. Oh, that's half a heart right there. That's something. Heart it, come in with a swirl. Take it, swirl. I'm just kind of using that initial design as a guide. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect and following the book all the way, but once you get the motion that you like, then you can pull out the design that you really like. Take that, point it, just like that.
Yeah, the books are really good for some inspirational thoughts, and then you can change the pattern the way you want it to.
Which I really don't hate this, actually. I was sitting here thinking about, oh gosh, I'm gonna have to turn this video off, burn this quilt, take it off. And it's really not bad. I mean, it gives it nice flow. It's something to look at. It's really different. I would have arced my hearts a little bit more, but it's really, I mean, it's different from the book.
Yeah.
But I like the way that it hit.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at it.
No. Well, it's good.
So, all right. Are you making fun of my stuff?
No. You want to do something in here?
Well, what do you want me to do?
I don't know. You choose.
Well, I mean, that's just simple. I mean, anything you can do to fill up these, you can do all sorts of, curves or what do you want to do? You went like you got something.
No, I was first thinking you like the ribbon candy.
I love a good ribbon candy.
Or just kind of a quick echo of the arch, but.
Oh, I see. Well, with that arch, let me grab an arch guide then. That'll help me with that. So with we're looking at the Designs with Lines books. However, there are multiple templates also that we carry that can help you master those perfect straight lines, perfect arcs, perfect arches, for instance. So this is an arch guide, and normally you can peel this paper off so you don't have to, you can see through it. You can kind of line this up with that arch that you'd want to follow and kind of take that look that she's wanting to. So I could go from point to point basically. So point into that arch and then point out.
Yeah, that's
so
what
all
I was
sorts of
thinking.
different things. So have a nice flat surface to work from. Take that, come in with this.
Think of any questions you guys might have. We'll answer them in just a second.
Is that kind of what you were wanting?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that, all right. I know what her something like that means. That's not what she was going for, but this is what she's getting.
I don't hate it. I think it looks good.
It's not bad. It's framing it very nice.
It's framing it,
Yeah, it's framing it really nice. You can take that, and if you're still in the mood to put more stuff in here, which you probably will be, you could come in and, I love a good ribbon candy. You could put this here on the outer portions and then put something else on the inner ones if you want to. Making sure we end up towards that corner so then we can continue.
Yeah, see, that was perfect. It framed it and gets a little candy in there too.
You're so smart.
I know, it was all planned out.
It was all planned out that way. I don't know what I'd do without you. Take that around there. Ooh. Just like that.
Perfect.
Just like that.
Really
not too bad.
good,
Not too
easy
bad.
ideas, yeah.
But yeah, no,
Really
there's
basic,
plenty of designs in that book to go from. We just chose 3 and then added some stuff to them. But plenty of things to work on from that book and trying to give you some inspiration, some ideas, and build up your confidence with what you're working on.
All right, well, let's take it back up here and let these people go. We try to keep it about 30 minutes because we know everybody's relaxing for the night.
Yes, yes, yes.
Take another little bite of the brownie, get a little more sugar.
Um,
Little milk.
We had a good question.
Yeah.
If you don't have a ruler base on your machine, can you still use the book for designs? Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, of course. You do not have to have a ruler base at all
No.
to do this. That's just if you want to have those to do any template work with the designs that you have. It's nice to have that flat base to set those templates on because otherwise they kind of rock on and off the machine.
Yeah, and not the stencils, but the actual like ruler or arch guide.
Right, so those
Those are
actual
called templates.
hard templates that we were
Yeah.
holding,
Yeah.
it helps to have a base for those. The templates, those nice flimsy ones that we place the powder on, you don't have to have a base for that or anything.
No, you sure don't. This
Good
is
question,
tricky.
though.
Yeah,
Really
very
good question.
So, all right, okay. Oh, so why we're waiting to see if there's any other
What?
Hey, Lilo over there.
This
Or
is
Stitch.
Stitch. Don't come
I
at
was
Stitch.
like Lilo and
It's
Stitch.
Lilo, but don't come. This is Stitch. I love Lilo.
Oh,
With your Hawaii cup, you should know that.
I know. Anyway, so I wanted to let you guys know why we're waiting. We do have lots of elastic that finally came in. So if you're looking for elastic and you need any, it's on our website.
Woohoo!
And this is the really, really soft kind. So it's got like the, what would you call it? Well, it's called
It's like
soft elastic
t-shirt material.
stretch.
It feels really, really nice.
Yeah. So it's like a 1/6 inch, really soft. 60 cents a yard. We're just selling it by the yard. So we have the white and the black. So anyway, just kind of a quick reference that we finally did get it in. We had so many people asking us about it. And we couldn't get it because it's like it was hard for everybody else, but we got it. So, all right, Corey, what are we doing next week?
Next week, we are going to be looking at the diamond sketchbook.
Oh, fun.
And the diamond stencil that goes along with it.
Fun.
So in here, there's 27 different designs, 26 or 27 different designs. Another thing, just flipping to the back of this that made me think about that, is in all of these books, Pam provides you with the outline of what the stencil really is. So you can make copies of this, put it in a, what's the word?
Copier machine?
No, I know how to make a copy. It's what does it go in the...
put it in like the sheet protector.
The sheet protector, there you go. You can grab a dry erase marker and work out that muscle memory because once you build that design, so you're like, okay, I need to go here, here, here. Grab the handles of your machine, do that exact same thing.
Yeah, that's really good to point out that they all have that in there so you can actually put that in that thing, play around with the dry erase and kind of get good at that design.
Yeah.
Or feel more confident with that design before you actually put it on.
That's really what it is, yeah.
Cool, yay!
All right, well, thank you guys so much for joining us, but before we leave, we have a special announcement to make.
Yes, Terry, we are using the fluorescent thread. Okay, go ahead.
What?
She was asking if we use the fluorescent thread, and I was like, yes, we're using
Oh, yes, we're using Glide Chartreuse. 6 and some change.
So what's our special announcement?
So, special announcement.
I get to come early?
No. I get to
I don't
come
have to come to
early.
work tomorrow?
No,
Oh,
you have to come to work tomorrow.
darn.
Sorry. I can't get out of that one. I've tried. Anyway, so this coming up Monday, so June 15th, at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, we'll be going live on all of our social media platforms to give you a first ever sneak peek of something brand new that will be hitting the market in August. We had the amazing opportunity and the extreme honor to get them out and do something on them and unveil it to you. I can't give them a whole lot. They got to give them just little things. So I'm giving them a trailer. They need more. That's what they need, though. Come back for the movie. So we will be. You like that, didn't you? That was good.
Did,
That's funny. I'm hilarious. I know. I'll be here all week. Just kidding. I leave tomorrow. Anyway, but we have that awesome opportunity to do this on Monday at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, June 15th. Please tune in and see what we get to show you because they are absolutely amazing.
Amazing. And if you can't be on live, it's okay. It'll
recorded.
be recorded.
Yep.
It'll be there. You'll still get to see it, but it's it's stunning.
They are absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
So we can't wait for you to see them.
Yes. Okay.
So,
well,
alrighty. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us and learning a little bit about the Curvy Square. We'll see you next Thursday for the diamond, but we'll see you on Monday for that special sneak peek.
Yep. Sounds good.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.